Thanks for tuning in to this Sunday morning talk with us. We have a new project under the heading of Cedar Tree Poetics, and it's called the Illustrated Book Series. But the idea came about when I realized how many men and women in prison were practicing the art of Paño. They would take pens and they would draw these fabulous collages and murals and send them out to their families. I thought it would be great if we could take some poems and illustrate the poems, publish them in ebook fashion and hardcover. Half the money goes to the artist, part of it goes to Cedar Tree Poetics for other projects, and the rest of it goes for publishing the books and the hardcovers and stuff. But it would also be to fund 2 interns to go to the northern villages and help the teachers run English classes, institute creative writing programs in these villages that don't have them anymore, and hand out free books with the hopes that the single parent homes, they would be able to get these books and read them to their daughters and their sons. Books that they're getting now that are pushed and promoted so much by global corporations, very few, if any at all, deal with the issues that we're facing today, like immigration, injustice, prison reform, environmental disasters, always as the victims being people of color. Okay? So what we wanted to do with the poems was pick out poems for artists like Hawthorne to illustrate, get them into the hands of people whose experience are referenced by the poem. Okay?
Hi, my name is Hawthorne Witherspoon. I'm a youth artist in Albuquerque. I was raised in the South Valley of Albuquerque. It's a very predominantly Chicana and indigenous community. I really enjoy Jimmy Santiago's work because it reflects a part of that community, a very real part of that community without trying to just smooth it over or because it's not very apparent in the media. So what we did is we picked a poem out of his book about a former gang member who retired into being a janitor at a school. And so the way that we were able to create the illustrated novels were that we would take pictures and then we would turn those into drawings. So we photographed a janitor at a school here who was a former gang member in Albuquerque, and then we turned those into pictures along with the help of Mike Ebiodes, or Mike 360. He's a muralist that I've been working with since I was like 2 years old. So he's a very incredible artist, and he's very close to my heart. So.
I just want to add to what Hawthorne said. She picked the poem out, and she picked about a poem where the character in the poem used to be he's an ex-gangbanger. He's now a janitor who has become a community activist. Now, in a barrio like where I grew up in the South Valley, I grew up all over the South Valley, we have all kinds of people who used to be ex-drug addicts, ex-gangbangers, they used to be ex-pintos, they were in juvie hall. All these kids, a lot of them have turned their tide, have turned around, have become community activists. Some go to law school, some become counselors, some give back to the community. That's the kind of poetry that we want to feed back into the barrio, about people who are not leaving, but we want to do it in a literary art form. What we would like to do is get these ebooks prepped on under Cedar Tree Poetics on the Jimmy Santiago Baca site. We'd like to raise enough money so we could do a dozen and have a series. So we would then be able to give the books out to all the people who needed them. They then would read it to their children or read it to themselves as adults, and their experience would be reaffirmed instead of shamed. We've had enough shaming. We've had oh my God, you were a drug addict. Oh, you were an ex-convict. Enough of that. We should use those experiences as resources and celebrate them in literary forms. So we're asking all of you out there to please help us. Donate $1. It's tax-free, it's a non-profit. Donate $5, donate $10. You could even send me some burritos and tacos, I'll take those too, all right? But just donate something and be part of this movimiento. It's a movement, it's a renaissance. Help us make this a realization that is part of everybody's life. Let us go to the schools, help us park in front of the schools, help us give out the books, help the interns, help the teachers. Let's reinstitute the English programs, the creative writing programs, the bilingual programs, the Native American programs. Help us do that. And we will consistently post up the developments that progress as we move on and develop it, okay? But we need your help, and we can't do it without you. So I'm asking you to please, it doesn't matter if it's $1. Donate something so you can feel part of this whole communal renaissance that we're trying to do. Thank you very much for allowing us to take your time and to listen to this magnificent project that we're going to be launching. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything helps.